Greetings, defenders of humanity, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Voidling Bound, Episode 2. Hatching eggs to expand the roster. Down we go to help another cleaning. So this is there's probably secrets on this mission, but this is one of the missions where there's a lot of stuff to collect. And I'm going to do sort of a completionist run here in order to try to get everything so that we can improve our Quipec as well as we can. So this is obviously the main path. As you can see, that little indicator there is like where the quest wants us to go. But I'm going to side path everywhere I can to try to unlock as much as possible. So for instance, there's... Whoop, I fell off the map. There's obviously something up there that I'm going to want to fetch. And, you know, there's going to be a lot of other collectibles around. So here we go. Here's one, big one. Elemental Rift for ice. We also have an egg. There is very obviously stuff on top of this building. So let's climb up there. Or, I called it a building, but you know, whatever, tower thing. Alright. This is back where we just were. Oh. Don't want to fall to my... Well, I wouldn't say death. Fall again. Here is another mutagen. More organic. Now, for a lot of the missions, there's going to be just completing the mission with a certain time frame, and then completing the mission by and also collecting everything. So this is not a speed run, as you might imagine. This is a collect everything I can possibly collect run. So in order to continue through the map, we have to open up these pathways, and these pathways are guarded by, like, tumors. So we need to destroy the corresponding tumors to open up the path. I've already done that a few times, if that wasn't already made obvious what I was doing. But here we go. We destroyed the tumor, and it's going to open up the path. Also, let's, of course, collect eggs. And as I said before, I also want to collect everything I could possibly collect. This is going to be one of those, like, trying to collect everything on one run. So at the start of the map, there was some tumors over here that opened up, like, fronds. So we're going to use those in a second. And some free experience. Yum. Alright, we got a gold egg. It's as good as it gets. Big old collectible. Very important. It gives you special pets. So sorry, Lord Orion, we might outgrow you pretty soon. On top of that, I did clear out this area, and this building can be entered, so it has organic element. This building, however, cannot be entered. Ouch, it hit me. Okay, let's keep going. I think I've done everything back here. Collected everything, grabbed everything. Maybe not perfect, but like, good enough. All right, let's check this way first. So this way seems to keep going to a second door, so I'm going to actually double back. Essentially, I want to do every side path before I do main paths. As a general rule of thumb. Okay, there's a fire mutagen up there. Pyro. Gonna want to grab that. Are these missions? These missions are not procedurally generated. So, if you're wondering how I know where everything is, it's because I do. Well, I'm not maybe perfectly, because I don't have everything, like, I don't have an eidetic memory. But, I know where most of the early stuff is, at least. But it's not that hard. I mean, I'm not, like, it's not like I have the answers in a textbook. Like, most of this stuff's been pretty obvious so far, I would say. Ooh, leveled up. Nice. And here is more cryo mutagen. Okay, probably have everything collected back that way, so let's keep going. Now these really far targets, if I had the other weapon, I would in no way be able to hit, mind you. So the types of evolution paths you take will dramatically affect the sort of ways you engage the enemies. Pets will feel very different from one another as a consequence, in a good way. No, you don't. Get the hell away from me. Those are like suiciders. Kamikaze spores. Alright, so to open a path, we need to break this thing. But there's a fire mutagen over there that we should collect, and then probably other stuff as well. We just need to poke around a bit more. We'll say this blowgun is hitting pretty hard. All right, what's down here? Nothing? What have I missed? That might have been everything here. I can always come back, right? You can always repeat missions, so I'm not too worried about doing 100% on first try. It would be convenient, though. Well, I'm only missing 1 HP, so I'm not even going to bother popping those things. So here we go. This is the Malignant Heart. Ooh, fire mutagen. All right, I have cleared the area, but before I do that, I'm going to collect. So there is healing over here, noted, and I'm going to collect all the research that I can, because after the boss fight's done, you are on a timer, a 30-second like return to ship timer. So there's 2 healing here, 1 on either side of the boss fight. So let's kick it off. Seeping Ooze Overlord. Now this guy's going to be hard to hit with my ultimate ability because he's like flying. Luckily my dots and stuff seem to be working just fine. Whoa, okay. Let's try it anyway. He might have got clipped a little bit. Not every ability is going to be ideal for every boss fight. So obviously this one, my ultimate doesn't super help me here. That's fine. And if you're wondering, yeah, at any point I could just like back up and, whoa, hello. Grab the healing. Down you go. Almost level 5 too. Just looking around to see if there's anything obvious I missed. Not that I have a lot of time left. Back to ship. Now, how'd we do? 2 stars. That means for the activity, I finished. And collection is I found all 6 mutagens and the golden egg. Performance is doing it under 5 minutes. I took 12 and a half. So obviously I didn't meet that, but I wasn't even trying for it. So that does mean that I collected everything. So we got a first time bonus. And now we have more organic mutagen, allowing us to further evolve Lord Orion and or save it for the next pet. Great work, Wrangler. Henry's buzzing about your latest find. Go see him before he tries to hatch it himself. Well, Wrangler, you cleared that lesion-riddled mess like a pro. You even got Mother Nature tipping her hat. Left you the best Wrangler treat imaginable, a Voidling's egg. I've cracked more eggs than I can count, but this one's different, special. It's your first hatch, of course. Get yourself to the hatchery pronto. You don't want to keep me hanging. That's right. All right. Lord Orion, let's go see your replacement. I mean, maybe not. We'll see. So here are some of the eggs I collected on mission, and we're going to incubate them. And for some reason, you incubate them via centrifugal force. You just hatched a special voidling that possesses a nature. A nature improves an attribute, allowing it to go beyond its normal limits. Nature can come in 3 distinct rarities, where each rarity level boosts its effect furthermore. Keep hatching to discover them all. So we have a Quebec Quebec, which is got higher base strength and essence, like kind of higher everything. And then we have a Tenacious Gillick with a tiny bit of extra recuperation. This one's a little special, as you'll see here in a second, because that is the Golden Egg Quebec. A Gillick! We saw them roaming in the jungle, but who knew? A new Voidling with cryo potential on Vareo. Ice can't believe it. Leon's been yapping about pushing more evolutions. You got the hang of the evolution chamber now, right? Feed this Gillick those cryo mutagens you've picked up. Let's find out what this frosty little pup can do. I'll add some variety to your lineup and keep Leon busy poking at your latest discovery. Win-win. Hit the Sanctuary console first to pick your next ice maker. Alright, Wrangler, you set the bar high. I'm picturing the vivarium glittering with all kinds of voidlings. Go make it happen. So as you increase the... Okay, here we go. Discover and document genes to increase your Wrangler rank. Genes are discovered every time you evolve a voidling into an undiscovered path. Raise your Wrangler rank will give you access to more powerful new upgrades and unlock new missions. Discover them all. So basically, as you evolve a whole bunch of things, your Wrangler rank will go up. So this is the Sanctuary console. Hatched voidlings that can't fit in the vivarium are sent to the Sanctuary where they can thrive safely. Use the Sanctuary console to manage and inspect your voidlings. Change your companion by using the Sanctuary menu. You only have one voidling at a time that you link to. And then I is also a way to just get to the Sanctuary menu. You don't actually have to physically come over here. So here are the ones we have so far. And I'm actually going to move all of them into the Sanctuary for now. This one is the Golden Egg one, which is a ice bird, essentially. And the reason it is different, I'll show you. If we walk this ice bird, for lack of a better name yet, over to the evolution chamber, Golden Egg voidlings are already fully evolved. Essentially, this little guy is in its final form and cannot be evolved any farther. So if we right-click inspect it, we can see that it has... it already has its predetermined abilities, so it's not going to change anymore. So as a slush gun, a snowplow, so on and so forth. And it starts with these stats. Now I'm going to go ahead and run the giveaway again, because we have this ice bird to potentially name, and then also the Cryo Gillick. So of the Gillicks that we've got ones across the board, and this one has a recuperation of 2. A recuperation of 2 makes it a little bit better, barely, but a little bit better than a standard one. So I'm going to evolve this one. On top of that, I am going to release... can we not release yet? No, maybe I can't. So these guys are going to be slated for future release. You can release critters that you don't intend to evolve and get research points for it. But I don't think I'm literally able to do that yet. So here we go. Evolution chamber for the Gillick. A new critter. So on the left, we've got a Pyro Gillick. Change the specimen to Pyro. And on the right, we have a Arctic Gillick. And the game wants me to evolve a cryo form. But I don't think I'm required to go cryo necessarily. I'm not 100% sure. What element? Fire or ice? I'll have you guys choose. If you want to, like... I don't think you have to go ice, so we won't if we don't have to. The other thing to note is... your vivarium is freely roaming around the ship. So, like, if I put my 2 other birds... here they are. This is Lord Orion and the to-be-named snowbird. just roaming the ship freely. So, you know, the pets that you have roaming the ship are ones that you can select yourself. All right, you want a little fire guy. Got it. Because, of course, we have our organic and an ice bird already, so fire does make sense. So let's go do that. Pyro element. Done. And my Wrangler Ink is now level 3 because we've discovered new evolutionary paths. All right, I'm going to have you choose this again. So on the left, we have 3 long-range projectiles that shatter on impact, piercing through their target, Fissure Bark. And on the right, we have 1 large slow projectile that passes through enemies, inflicting damage over time and burn on hit, Nova Blast. So, long-range, fast-moving, shatter on impact, piercing through their target, or 1 slow-moving, piercing, burning. Either is fine by me. Alright, Team Drylands Gillick Fissure Bark has won by small margin. And from here, again, on the left, we've got Plated Gillick. Leap and slam into the ground, creating a sandstorm that stops incoming projectiles and applies slow. On the right, leap through a fire hoop, passing through the hoop while airborne refreshes 1 ability stack and triggers a secondary projectile blast that applies burn. So we've got a slowing, projectile blocking slam, and like a fire hoop explosion between Sandstorm Dash and Fire Hoop. And it looks like a Sandstorm Dash is gonna be the popular option. And now, we will not have the mutagens for this last evolution, which is the mutated perk. And this would be, of course, the final form, right? It's at the end of the tree. But eventually, Earthshaper, which is after using ability for a short duration, landing on the ground creates a damage-dealing shockwave, increases armor while inside, or creating a damaging cone aftershock when dealing melee damage. Alright, along your adventure you might see interest markers showing you non-critical elements that require your attention. So in this case, Leon has 1 such. I need your assistance with a critical matter. I was only a passenger on your ship. I was bound for Vireo to oversee GenLife's work in advancing research on voidling DNA and examining the Legion. But that mission died with the team, and with it, the location of GenLife's secret facilities. However, Rachel has spotted a shuttle that was meant to take me there, crashed on a small island. Their wreck is our treasure map. A navigation computer must have coordinates to the GenLife labs. There are secrets within that lab. We need them if you want to tip the scales against the Legion. Secure that wreckage, Wrangler, and if you see any gen bots wandering around, don't worry. They'll be useful if the Legion stirs trouble. Alright, so, Snowbird, you are going to be named Zatse. So let's go ahead and start naming them. And then the Gillick is going to be named Snarf. Alright, Snarf and Zatse. Got it. Okay, she doesn't want to talk anymore. The other thing is, if we do intend to use the Gillick, here is the Gillick's ability path. So increases the projectile count by 5%, and minimum value of 1. More projectiles, and damage. Accuracy, range, rate of fire, accuracy. Eventually add 25 projectiles when the stamina is full, and a powered blow. So that's the primary attacks. The secondary attacks get knockback, air slam, secondary ability results in an enemy kill, refreshing the secondary ability stack if you want to just like, keep chaining it over and over. And Shielded Descent, where you gain armor while leaping, so on and forth. Basically, all of the abilities have their own like path. And then, depending on where we're headed to... Oh, also, it wants me to go over here. Hold on 1 minute. The Voidpedia. So this Voidpedia documents what you've collected. So it shows what sort of Queepex we have unlocked and what genes for the Queepex we've unlocked. So the different crests, the backs, the ear covers, the eye colors, the patterns, the abilities. So as you can see, there's a lot more to Queepex that we have not yet seen. And the Snowbird has one of the mutated perks, which is Snowbird, which gains an extra jump. And here's the Gilix that we've unlocked. As you can see, it's a tiny subset of what it could be, because we only just started mutating them. Alright. The other thing I wanted to do... I can't select my mission yet, can I? No. Okay. So we have a level 2 mission to do, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out the birds still, and that's because I've invested research points to make them stronger. So a level 1 Snowbird will at least have some punch to it. So let's go ahead and add... more damage, and then every 5th bullet does double damage. And then we'll make the Slurp rocket attacks heavier hitting. That'll work. Giving it more punch. Alright, for you, let's add strength. And you've got a Goofy Gland for agility, a refreshing soaker for essence, vitality. Got it. And we'll see that this will give you a good idea of like how different the different morphs will be able to do. Because ultimately, all Queepex are going to be somewhat similar to one another, but their abilities will vary immensely. And I'm glad I chose ice, because these are robots who are weak to ice. And this thing's just blasting. I mean... So the snowballs move considerably slower, but hit harder. And then we'll check out the Slurp rocket, which moves pretty fast, I would say. And then the advantage of the Snowbird is it does fly better. It can have 3 leaps, not 2. So I can stay afloat longer if I want to. Ooh, Cyber Mutagen. And here's the boss. The Automated Overseer. He's already trying to nuke me. Alright. Ability time. I definitely pissed it off. And I'm slowing it down, which is making this fight a little easier. But I can't ignore all the like little minions because they're flooding the battlefield full of their garbage. So I'm also gonna have to clear that out as well. But this thing's almost dead. And down it goes. And if you're wondering how easy that would have been with Lord Orion using Lord Orion's organic attacks, it would have sucked because certain enemies are weak to certain elements, and these robots are weak to cold, not to poison. So you'd be at a pretty big disadvantage, I think. And I can always play it again if you're curious what that disadvantage would like materialize and look like. Demelian, thank you for the resub, by the way, and Dead Squall, and Dead Dodo, a lot of Dead, and Cowley. Cheers. I guess I'll talk with Leon first. I warned them that their gen box were poorly engineered. Predictably, the Legion adapted and rewired their whole operation. But we finally secured the lab coordinates, though the challenge ahead will be far greater. The lab is a fortress swarming with corrupted drones armed to the teeth, and you are hardly prepared. At least, not to my standards. That is why we have the Wrangler rank system, to ensure you are worthy of the next mission. Hatch more specimens, uncover additional genes, and strengthen your specimens' connections shows that you're worthy of the challenge ahead. Keep in mind that you will face a serious gen bot resistance at the lab. Spend your resources accordingly. Rachel is waiting for you in the command room. She has something to help you with. Got it. Alright, let's go ahead and change active pets back to Lord Orion, because Lord Orion should be able to get another choice here. So this is the secondary ability of Lord Orion. So that's not what the poll should supposed to be. Hold on one second. All right, on the left, a triple dose. So these are 3 shots in quick succession, leaving a toxic puddle behind. And on the right, it's a 5 projectile cone-shaped blast that explodes, leaves a damage over time puddle. So sort of like a single target or group target. And I'll have you choose between those two. And then while you vote on that, we also picked up 2 eggs in the last mission. So generally when you do a mission complete, you'll get an egg. Sometimes you'll get more if you actually find and collect them. But you almost will always have stuff to incubate at the end of rounds. Not that the animals that you end up incubating will be worth it. And depending on the types of missions you get, it will also tell you what kind of animals you'll get. So we got a Carapin. This is our first Carapin. So taking a look at our Void Sanctuary, I'm going to keep the Carapin, even though it's like base stats 1 across the board. But I'll probably get rid of it. I'll probably get rid of the Gillick. So at this point, we are able to release. So I'm going to release the pets I don't intend to keep. And the Carapin we can hold on to. And having even picked up our first Carapin, I leveled up to Wrangler 4. Because we have now found 3 different species. So it looks like you guys want the AoE sort of poison rocket thing for Lord Orion. So let's go ahead and pick that up. The Gorged Blast. And then last but not least, not that we, again, have the points for it, because I don't. Ultimately, the Rejuvenating Siphon. After reloading, heal 1/3 of the value of stamina being regenerated. Or, while sprinting, gradually replenish your health at an increased rate over time. Taking damage or coming in to a stop ends and resets the effect. So, sprint to heal or reload to heal. Pretty solid choices. But I don't have the points for that yet, so we'll leave it. But yeah, I would say Lord Orion looks pretty different now than he did before. The new like plumage or whatever you want to call that, pretty different. So Leon voiced his apprehensions about the difficulty of the threat ahead. Getting a couple of Wrangler ranks should help ease his concern. Still, if we want you to climb that ladder, you will need options to prove yourself, and any mission is an opportunity. So we're getting access to the Atlas Terminal. So basically, we're going to be able to do secondary missions and gather crucial resources. TLDR. So if we open up the terminal here, the Atlas terminal allows you to choose your own path, to replay previous missions, to train your voidlings. All right, perfect. So the Centennial Bloom is one that we did before where we collected everything, but we did not do a speed run of it. The Legion spawns are weak to poison and fire, and the wildlife that we can encounter there is Quipex and Gilix. And then we have other side activities. So this one has Genbots, and we are likely to encounter Gilix and Carapins. And then this one is difficult. This is level 6, and Gilix and Quipex as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the Centennial Bloom on a speed run. So I've selected the Centennial Bloom, and oh, Leon wants to talk again. He wants to insult us, I'm sure. I won't waste any more of our time. The coordinates of GenLife's facilities are in the Atlas terminal. The hands are, this is in your hands. Choose the strongest. He's counting on us. All right. So if this is to be a speed run, let's go ahead and add fire rate to our original Quipec. And I know I haven't invested a lot of research points into the other types of animals yet, but we will. So I don't know if Lord Orion's going to be strong enough to do this speed run, but I'll try it. So let's go ahead and add another strength. So basically you're just like a nuker. A glass cannon, my favorite type. Yeah, gobble gobble. But he does now have that secondary ability of like the blast rocket. So if we're going for a speed run, what I'm gonna be completely bypassing everything that isn't immediately related to opening the path forward. Although I should not have face tanked there, but it's fine. And having a long-range attack is making me be able to fly through this pretty good. Again, it's what I was saying. Some animals or some of your monsters are going to be better suited to certain challenges than others. Oh, didn't? Oh, yeah. Well, there we go. All right. Gotta clean. Alright, while that thing is invulnerable, I'll heal. And it's almost dead, because this is an easier level, and I have a higher level bird who is particularly well suited to murdering the boss. And we're done. Didn't take very long. I can head back to the ship. And that's what replaying it for a speedrun will look like. So how did I do? I did it in 2 minutes. We were supposed to do it in less than 5. I think we're fine. We also gained organic and pyro element mutagens as a result of that. So it's a way that you can effectively farm for the things you need. The last upgrade for Lord Orion costed 10, so I don't have enough to level him up any farther. Yeah. So, I am high enough level that I am allowed to do the Secret Stronghold. So this Secret Stronghold is genbots and a wildlife yet to be discovered, and they're weak to ice. So I'm going to select this activity, which is the Stronghold that Leon wants, and I'm going to switch out to the Frostbird, because the Frostbird is better suited to ice enemies. And then let's continue to upgrade the birds. Now, I will show you the other forms soon. I'm just trying to get through some of the main missions to unlock more features of the game. So let's do a ramping rate attack, where every 40 launched projectiles, we gain a fire rate stack. And then we'll do optimal range 1 more point. Basically, all guns. All gas, no brakes. Thank you for tuning in to Voidling Bound, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wranglers.